Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today, we're diving into something that needs to be said, needs to be heard, and I'm not pulling punches. This episode is called Learn How to Shut Up. Now, don't get offended. I'm saying this from a place of love, okay? Some of you out there, and let's be real, we all know at least someone like this, just don't know how to keep quiet. You talk too much, you share too much, you always have something to say, and guess what? That's not just ruining relationships with the people around you. It's ruining things for you too. You're harming yourself because you don't know when to close that mouth of yours. You talk, and you don't even realize what damage it's doing. Here's what I'm saying. Think back to the last time you just had to share every little thing. Maybe you couldn't resist putting in your 2 cents, giving advice where it wasn't needed, or oversharing your personal stuff. How did that end for you? How did people respond? Did it really help anyone? Chances are, it didn't. Now, I want to get specific because some of you don't even realize you're doing this. So let's go deep here. Look, you can build someone up, make them feel like they're on top of the world with just your words. But in that same breath, you can tear them down or even tear yourself down without realizing it. Some of you talk so much, you feel like you need to have a response every time someone does something you don't agree with. Like you're the expert on how everyone else should live their lives. Whether it's a family member, a friend, or even a coworker, you feel compelled to say, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," or "Let me tell you what you should do." But did anyone ask? Did they ask for your advice, for your opinion, for your wisdom? That's the trap so many fall into. We try to help when no one's looking for it. And I get it. Sometimes it's out of a good place. You see someone struggling and you want to give them a push in the right direction. But listen, sometimes the best advice is no advice at all, especially if it wasn't invited. Because when people don't ask for your input and you give it anyway, all you're doing is wasting your energy and risking your peace. They didn't ask for it, so why are you so eager to give it? Look, the good old book even says, "Don't cast your pearls before swine." And I'm not calling anyone a pig here, all right? But that pearl is your wisdom, your experience, your advice. Not everyone deserves it, not everyone will value it, and not everyone will treat it with the respect it deserves. You know, when you keep talking to people who aren't listening, you're really just harming yourself. Have you ever tried to help someone, told them the exact thing they needed to do to avoid a mess, only to watch them ignore every word and end up right where you were trying to keep them from going? And worse, when they get there, who do they blame? You. You tried to help, but now they're mad at you because it didn't work out. Or maybe they're blaming you for trying to interfere. People can be funny like that, and it's time we all learn to protect our energy. Let me tell you a truth. You don't owe anyone unsolicited advice. Protect yourself by not giving it. That's what I've learned. Sometimes, you've got to shut your mouth, even when you think you know best, even when it's someone close to you. Because if they're not ready to hear it, all you're doing is adding stress to your own life. Now here's another area to keep quiet on, and this one's big. Stop talking about all the good things happening in your life. Not everyone needs to know what you're up to. Yeah, I'm saying it. We love to share our wins, whether they're big or small, and while it's natural to want people to celebrate with us, not everyone is clapping for you. Some people are just waiting for a reason to bring you down, or at the very least feel that little twinge of jealousy. They'll start thinking, why them and not me? And instead of support, you'll get shady energy and fake smiles. I had a friend who loved asking about every detail of my life, always wanting the latest update. I thought they cared. But one day, they accidentally sent me a message meant for someone else, talking about me, and not in a good way. It wasn't blatant, but it was shady enough for me to see the truth. I could have called them out, but instead, I quietly blocked and deleted them. No drama, no confrontation, just peace. Lesson learned. Some things are better kept to yourself. And lastly, you need to shut your mouth when it comes to your problems. Every little issue that comes up doesn't need to be posted online or aired out in every conversation. If you're struggling, that's human. Talk to someone close, or even better, a therapist who's trained to help you process things. Not everyone needs to know what's going on, especially if they're just waiting for your vulnerable moments to use them against you later. Not every friend, coworker, or acquaintance is a safe space for your struggles. Some people are just waiting to play devil's advocate with your life, to turn your troubles into gossip. So, think about who you're talking to. Pick your confidants wisely, and remember, not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. Silence can protect you more than any words ever could. Keeping quiet lets you move in peace, and you'll be surprised at how much happier you feel. All right, let me wrap this up. Thank you for listening, and remember, next time you feel like sharing something, pause. Think about whether it's worth saying. Guard your peace, shut your mouth, and watch how your life changes. Thank you for tuning in to Moore's October Rants. Take care of yourselves. Signing out. Goodbye.